Good evening, good evening, good evening. How we doing? I don't know if I can set up OBS to do different transitions for different things, because the transition out of the intro is not quite right. Oh well, it's all good. I probably can, but it's also probably going to be a pain in the butt. Such things often are. How's everybody doing anyway? Happy Thursday. Happy Fallout Day. We're all having a good one. I didn't manage to watch the developer direct yet, so I don't know what was in there. I mean, other than the stuff they announced, I don't know if they snuck anything extra in there. They sometimes do, they sometimes don't. But I will go back and review later this evening. But I definitely want to have a look at what they showed about Fable, which I gather is coming out at the end of the year, sometime in the autumn-ish, probably September. Which is usually what that means. So that's cool. Definitely would like to play that. I've never actually played Fable, to be honest, but I get the feeling I'd enjoy it. So. Especially if it's on PC. If it's not on PC, I would be somewhat more hesitant, because, you know, these days I'm very much a PC-centric individual. Anyway, we're going to play some Fallout 4 today, which should be cool. I've finally got my build rolling, and I had to wrestle a bit with the struggles of Fallout. It turned out the issues I was having were not down to mods. I thought I was having issues syncing things in because my mods were being weird. They are being weird, but they're not causing the problem I thought they were having. So, yeah, definitely not the scrapping mod, although that is being weird. And nothing else seems to be interfering either. It's just that little area that I was trying to work in is just a bit shit, as it turns out. Because I fired up the game with none of the mods and, yeah, still had the issues. So, what can you do, eh? Anyway. We're going to push on because, yeah, it's about that time. Didn't cause any issues for today. I think the plan today is pick up Nick and head off to Fort Hagen and go and hopefully kick 7 bells of shit out of Kellogg, which could be an interesting proposition given that I've got the damage cranked insanely high and he has a room full of synths at his beck and call. So I really don't know how I'm going to survive that. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Rockstar Games have got an 80% off sale at the moment. A weekend deal that apparently starts on Thursday. Also DC and some other stuff. Anyway. Shall we? Evening Feline, evening Jazz, how are we doing? Evening Andrew, hope you're well. Also, I generally remember everything major about building in Fallout 4. Not having done as much of it in the last few years, there's little nuances to it that I don't remember, or I'm realising that there's a gap in my skill level compared to where it used to be. Things that would have been easy in the past are slightly more difficult than they should be, and there's processes in there that are not there anymore, that were back in the day. Not that I'm really struggling per se, but yeah, the mental flow isn't quite up to where I'd want it to be. But what can you do? No. Yes. Sometimes players use a total collision console command, check under the ground, see how much hidden stuff is under the surface. Yeah, there probably is something like that going on under there. I don't have console commands activated or anything. I'm not really that up with using them in Fallout 4. Used them a bit in Skyrim, but never really in Fallout 4. Yes. Just to show you where I was having most of my issues, I have boarded up this window. It turns out there's... that's annoying. I was going to pull up, thought I just needed to pull that back a tiny little bit, but I can't because, well, it wouldn't work anyway, it'd be a pain in the ass. Anyway, I've already taken the rugs out. But yeah, obviously that sticks out, so you got to do that just right. This area along the front edge here, you can't sink in. You have to come back out here, and even then, half of this is not that reliable. And on the inside, which I haven't done a great deal yet, out here, you can't really place anything around here, or at least you can't sink anything in. It's not until you get back to about here that it starts being doable. And even then, it's not great. I ended up just rug glitching that lot in. So yeah, this is sort of where I've got to at the moment. There's some more stuff going on in that direction. I've just installed an additional mod because I wasn't happy with the lighting options I had in the ones that I had installed, so I made some adjustments there. Also, I found out why, or I found a workaround rather, for why I was constantly having to retoggle no fast travel. Apparently the Institute fast travel toggle messes with it. But if you turn that off, then it remembers its state, apparently. Which is weird, but still. Hey, it works. What time is it? It's just after 11 PM. Yeah. I don't have anything on my personal, I don't think, really. Got everything sorted, haven't I? Might have to check the inventory. Yep. Yep, that's fine.
Don't take offense to Marcy.
I may
The loss in her own way.
have a little nap. Just bump the time forward a little bit, and then we'll be at a sensible time when we get to Diamond City, I think. Yeah, it should be about fine. Just an hour's nap should do that. If I have to sit around, I can do, but should be good. I've got a feeling it's actually not that, Andrew. Although my keyboard situation is really bloody weird, so I've got an American keyboard that thinks it's an English keyboard. So the whole thing's weird, but it's usually over somewhere near on the other side of the keyboard, as it turns out. Bethesda games don't actually use that key. At least not on an English keyboard, anyway. For console. Which is really bloody weird. It's the same as Skyrim, actually. It's not Spanish or French or Chinese or anything like that. But there are enough differences that it does cause issues, so certain controls just either aren't just there, or or they're in different places and whatever. It's all very weird, but anyway. Right, so Valentine's Detective Agency, yeah. I think we're just going to crack on with that, and we'll see where we go from there, because I want to move on to the next chapter, and then most of the other stuff that I want to do, I wouldn't want to do at this stage, I don't think. I mean, cats moving around and making noise. I think arguably, was it special delivery? It might be a different matter, but most other things I feel like I want to push things on a bit. And then we'll see how we do it after done this. Survival blocks as well. I didn't really think of that, but yeah, that does make sense. Although it might be that the mod I've got will unblock it.
Ellie? Are you here?
Nick? Oh God, it's really you.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
You keep laughing at death. Someday, death's gonna laugh back.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
Interesting priority order there. I'm glad Nick's at the top of the priority order. The other two was interesting. Metal detective delivery at your service. Can we get started on my case? Happy to do it, but my own happy to do it.
Happy to do it.
Yeah? Go diving into scary pre-war ruins all the time then,
Yeah,
do
pretty
ya?
much.
Here. I know an amount wasn't on the table when you went out to find him, but you deserve a reward. Plus a little something extra. You know, if you're looking for work and don't mind putting on the
Yeah.
detective hat, Nick sure could use a new partner.
Whoa. One case at a time, Ellie. Our new friend needs our help first. All right, let's get down to business. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
I do like that you can dress in the same way as Nick. Kind of fun if you do want to lean into that.
When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing, the devil is in the details. Tell me everything you can, no matter how painful it might be.
How silly the whole hard to mistake this mug for anyone else is coming from someone who's on a production line of identical faces. That is very true, although the wear and tear on him is very, very specific. He does have a unique personality as well. Well, hence the comment, I suppose. But yeah, the wear and tear is quite specific. I don't know actually whether or not it's duplicated anywhere else in any other synths, but you would imagine, notwithstanding game development limitations, that it will be pretty unique. Also, his voice and the outfit, those are definitely not standard. My wife was murdered. Tried to keep them from taking Xion, and they looking for my son, less than a year old. Whether they don't take him, man and a woman didn't say much, but they called me the backup. Vault 111. That's the way to go.
We were in a vault when it happened. Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility.
You were on ice, huh? More importantly, you were underground.
Yeah, this is true.
It's a lot of obstacles to get through just to take one person. What else can you tell me?
I mean, it is an oddly ironic thing to say, but it's also sort of somewhat true at the same time. Mind you, I suppose another synth that could disguise itself will be put together to disguise itself as Nick. So, yeah. But he's also thinking in reference to like the rest of the residents of Diamond City, and in terms of Diamond City, there's nobody else who looks like him. What did he actually have to say? I forgot.
You were on ice, huh? More importantly, you were underground, sealed up. Anything else you remember?
My wife was murdered. She was trying to keep them from taking Xion, and they just...
It's okay. You don't need to say anything more.
So, we're talking about a group of cold-hearted killers, but they waited until something went wrong to resort to violence. Anything else you remember?
There was a man and a woman. They didn't say much, but I remember they called me the backup.
So we're talking a small team. Professionals. The kind that know to keep their lips tight when they're on the job. Not sure what the backup means, though. Anything else you remember?
We're looking for my son, Xion. He's less than a year old. Why would anyone take him?
Good question. Why your family in particular? And why an infant? Someone would be taking on all of his care, and a baby needs a lot of it. Well, that confirms it. This isn't a random kidnapping. Whoever took your kid had an agenda. There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
Well, we'll go our way through it.
Super mutants? What are they?
Big, green, muscles on muscles. In other
Met
words,
them, but I don't think discussed them with anybody, so it's a fair question.
Rule them out.
You think raiders might have done this?
I honestly doubt it. They can barely organize themselves, let alone pull off something this complicated.
Who are the Gunners?
High-end mercenaries. No job too brutal. They're in the running as likely suspects. They wouldn't be the ones pulling the strings.
So you think this institute is responsible?
Well, they're the boogeymen of the Commonwealth. Something goes wrong, everyone blames them. Easy to see why. Those early model synths of theirs strip whole towns for parts, killing everything in their way. Then you got the newer models, good as human, that infiltrate cities and pull strings from the shadows. Worst of all, no one knows why they do it, what their plan is, or where they are. Not even me. And I'm a synth myself. A discarded prototype, anyway.
Not going to go with that one because it's just kind of fairly obviously a silly reaction.
You don't know anything about them? Really?
Some kind of security setting strips or blocks out
That's a
those
reasonable
memories.
question, though.
And it's not just me. Any synth that gets trashed, left behind, or escapes the Institute has the same problem. Probably some kind of failsafe.
You're a prototype?
As far as I know, never seen any other synth like myself. There's the older ones that are dumb as rocks and all metal, and there's the newer ones that are almost human. I'm somewhere in between.
Either way, I need to find Xion.
You're right. The speculation is getting us off track. Let's focus on what you saw. What did these kidnappers look like?
The woman was dressed in, I think it was a kind of hazard suit. The man had some sort of metal brace on his arm.
Maybe some kind of improvised armor? A lot of hired guns do that to look tough. The hazard suit is interesting. Not many mercs can afford something that fancy. What else do you remember about them?
I'll never forget that voice. Low and rough.
Odd thing for a bloke to
Excited
say that one.
across her face.
Not much to go on, but a tough and commanding voice can get someone pretty far in the violence business. What else?
The man who killed my wife. He had a handgun. I didn't get a clear look at it. But that sound.
Could have been a large caliber revolver. Huh. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of
It
the
was,
kind
but I
of
don't know how he leapt to that from the information we just
More
gave
you
him.
Tell me?
One of them came right up to me. Bald head. Scar across his left eye.
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
Might have everything foggy, never said the names. I heard the names and home addresses, even where the diary keys in.
No. They never said their names.
It's way too big of a coincidence. Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
The description matches. Bald head, scar, reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned West Stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
You said he lives here? He's still in town?
They both vanished a while back, if I'm remembering right. But that house is still there. Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address. See if we can snoop out where he went.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but you two should still be careful.
I always am.
She makes it sound like it's security you have to be careful of. Which seems a bit weird.
I didn't want Ellie to hear this, but I think you should know. Everything I dug up about Kellogg before his disappearance is bad news. He's more than just a mercenary. He's a professional. Quick, clean, thorough. Has no enemies because they're all dead. Except you. 9 to 1 odds says he's our man. It's more than just you identifying his distinguishing features. The MO is all him as well. Leading a small team to kidnap a baby and leaving one of the parents alive for later? Not many mercs in the Commonwealth can pull that off.
Yep, yet another Bethesda game where you don't walk at the same speed as any of the NPCs. The thing in Skyrim, thing in Fallout 4, it's presumably a thing in other games as well. It's a thing in Starfield too.
Here we are. Keep an eye out, will you? See if I can get this open. That's one heck of a lock. Got something to hide, Kellogg? Why don't you give it a try?
What do you do if you can't pick the lock? I suppose you go and get the... I think you go and get the key from the mayor's office, don't you? Yeah, eventually.
Nice.
World of Warcraft does it. Yeah.
Like,
It's not just a
next
Bethesda
time
thing,
I'm
that's
in
for
my
sure.
House, I need to keep an eye on you good.
Place seems small to you? Figured a guy like Kellogg would think big. Nothing here. Did you check out that desk?
Oh, wait, Kellogg's got handcuffs by his bed.
I'm telling you, something's not right. Look for... Well, that's one way to hide a room.
Gwinnett Stout beer, 44 caliber bullets, cigars, San Francisco Sunlights.
Interesting brand. Won't lead us anywhere on its own, though.
Dogmeat, never find what the great clockwork dick is stumped. Any suggestions? Well, I'm gonna jump ahead.
I wonder if dog meat could pick up the scent.
Say, that's not a bad idea. Some dogs out there in the Commonwealth can track a man for miles. Well, dog meat seems eager for the job. Why don't you let him have a whiff? See if he picks up on the trail. Before you head out, I know this is personal business. If you have to face Kellogg on your own, just say so. Besides, you already have plenty of company. We can't all go sniffing through the Commonwealth
What's going on?
after one man.
Any words of wisdom?
Kellogg really is the one who kidnapped your son. Then he's dangerous. But so are you. You don't need to be afraid of him or anything else the Commonwealth throws at you.
I want you with me on this, Nick.
So I'm not gonna send Piper anyway. Am I? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send her back to Sanctuary because then I can get the benefit of Lover's Embrace for now, can't I?
All right. Now let's get that bastard. This is your show from here on out, okay? You say jump, I'll say how high.
Piper,
Heading my way?
let's trade.
This is what I've got.
Just want to give her the junk that I'm lugging around. And a few other bits and pieces as well, I think. And I could detour, but... Most of the stuff's more useful in one of my settlements than in here. Especially as I don't expect to be coming back here. I'll have to chase Piper down, but I think we'll manage. Unless, oh wait, there she is. Piper! Ah, I'm stuck. Hey Piper, wait. You going to Sanctuary? Take this stuff with you.
Folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer.
Hey, Piper.
Heading my way?
Let's trade.
This is what I've got.
I should take that back. Oh, actually, I do need to go back to Sanctuary, don't I? Because I need to get a gun for Nick, unless I happen to have it on me. I don't, so I need to go and get a gun for Nick, so... Second thoughts. Do need to give her one of those, though, because... she's going to need at least one bullet. Little small error of judgment there.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy.
Got something, take it to him. Get him. Trust my family's future to a dog. That's it. I'm officially crazy.
Get Kellogg, boy. Take me to that son of a bitch.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna burn on the end of my laser. That's the plan, anyway. Started reunions. A couple of bits to sell.
Hanging out with Valentine, huh? Good for you. Nikki's good people.
Need
Ah,
some
you know
custom hardware? We
Nah,
got a
don't be
free
shy.
workbench for
You're
all
never
your
too old to own a
modifications.
Actually, on second thoughts, I've got several things I want to do.
Barrel.
Here you go.
Common decency. What a pleasant change.
Ah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, look at you.
Hey, Sheffield. What do you think about coming to work for me?
Really? You mean it?
Just don't turn into some damn Nuka-Cola order. Well, funnily enough, that's basically how I'm going to set him up.
What do you say?
Okay. Maybe this will be a fresh start.
Let's trade.
By the way, bud, well, I don't have a great deal in the way of weaponry for him, but, probably doesn't need a great deal, as long as he doesn't run into anything too horrific. Do I have any clothes on me? Well, I do, but I'm not giving him that.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Alright, at least you got a chance of making it to,
You need protection.
Sanctuary now.
One does.
I'll take a look, sure.
Self-defense at its best.
Alright, I'll keep both of those. Oh, thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. Still not coming up in chat though, and it's supposed to. Kind of want all of that, I think. Cool. Give Sheffield armored Nika Cola outfit. I'll catch up with them in time. Vest and jeans. God, I am kind of curious as to how that looks. We'll give him the Nika Cola outfit. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed because I can't see how that looks. It's just got the standard road leathers look. So I think I'll give him the one that I know looks cool. Meanwhile, backpack creation still doesn't seem to be working. I did update the game, incidentally. With a view to... Is there he is? Yeah.
I'd like to trade some items.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some of the creations that have been iffy working, and I haven't noticed any significant shifts since I did that. Which is a bit of a pity, but, you know, what can you do?
I gave up alcohol after settling down here. Doctor said I shot my liver.
Yep. Looks alright. So.
Child kidnapped. Father braves dangers of the Commonwealth to find missing son.
We'll step outside the door, and then we'll fast travel back to Sanctuary, and then get Nick catered out before we go anywhere else. How did it save here? Some weather out there.
Not to be rude, but
I'm just taking shelter from the rad storm, don't you worry.
a bit busy.
Kellogg might have a lot of shortcomings, and in fact he definitely does have a lot of shortcomings. He does have good taste in beer.
Yeah.
So, writing strongly worded emails about this to tell them sort of grunt hunts. I just think that's definitely something they need to do, yeah. Although I suspect their priority would be
Most people are good at breaking things.
trying to get camp building working again. Since this seems to have been successfully busted. The only 44 I've got in there. Yeah, it is.
I enjoy putting them back together.
So, he's getting a powerful receiver. Doesn't really need anything else, does he? Let's be honest. Do I keep a snub barrel, or do I give him a bigger one? Which one's a bit more private eye? Well, snub barrel's definitely a bit more gangster. feel like I keep it short, to be honest. I would have thought like a... Yeah, I think I'll just keep it short. Long's a bit more cop. Yeah. I think I generally agree with that. I don't think there's anything else on my person, is there? No, couple.
Hey.
I'm all ears.
Otherwise he has a pipe revolver, which is definitely a type of version of. This is standard sidearm. Concealed versus open carry, yeah. There's definitely something to that. Should be early morning when I get back. I'm in city as well. Which is fine. So I'm walking around with a laser pistol. Mostly because I felt like it. Though I may change my mind later. We'll see. I do kind of like using laser weapons. Something about them is quite cool. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I can understand that, safe.
San Francisco
Kellogg must have
sunlights.
stopped here.
Kellogg's
Search
preferred
around,
brand,
see if
all
we
right.
can pick up the trail. I'm telling you, that nose is second to none.
Okay, boy. Let's track him.
Sure, right on that point. That's why I did two. Nice. Anything good? Apparently not.
Anything useful?
Oh, there it is. Cool Slayer's metal chest piece. Not shite. Didn't think I was going to be able to find that for a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of potential to Burning Springs. It's just kind of a pity they fucked it, really, I think, Steve. They really did. Broodmother survived. I think dog meat might have finished her off for me.
Getting along.
Brahmin skulls, huh? Big old dead Brahmin. Couple of goodies there. Yeah, down and up again for some weird reason, and not over the bridge. So they didn't want to cross in plain view.
Looks like another one of Kellogg's pit stops. Keep your eyes open.
Big bullets. Kellogg's preferred caliber. Torn up by his own turret. Took out the targeting computer with one bullet. This guy's a crack shot.
Yeah, interesting.
Bloody bandages. Dog meat can track this. We gotta stick together, pal. At least until we find Kellogg.
Okay, boy. Let's track him.
Just had dinner and is ready to settle down for a post-dinner snooze, apparently.
Looks like this one thought he'd get away. No such luck.
Guys up there have respawned. Post-dinner sneezes are always good. They are. It's true. Sometimes a little too good. You wind up not waking up, not knowing what it is. Oh, fucking forgot about you, didn't I, buddy? 2 from me and 1 from Nick. Fortunately, I should get the shot off before he did. Before I got bitten in half by a Yell guy. Which would have been the way that went if I had been if I'd been any less quick. Don't remember there being much in there that's worth grabbing.
Meat's found something. You know the drill.
Somebody didn't want to get snuck up on here. A decoy, huh? Clever.
Seems to remember there being mines around here.
Nope. Nobody's used this recently.
Kellogg was looking around a kid. Could it have been since Xion's way to the other sole survivor, or was it some random kid? Well, definitely wasn't actual Xion.
Gwyneth Stell. One of his creature comforts.
I'm telling you, that nose is second to none.
But it's likely quite
Okay,
recent,
boy.
so
Let's track him.
could have been the synth version. Question's why, though.
Kellogg's still out there. You've got to track him, boy.
Run away from... Yeah, I don't think he did run away, though. I don't think that's kind of tracks with what we hear later. I can't remember. It's been a while. But I assume it probably was the young one. Although it's definitely not for the sole survivor, because I don't think anybody else other than Father is aware that the sole survivor gets out. You know, they all think the sole survivor's still firmly on ice. Where they left him. Was Nimble doing? Movement speed while aiming. Worst thing.
I'll need your nose to track Kellogg, boy.
And that's the building from the thumbnail. Didn't realise there were several of them. Whew. Nearly ended badly for me. It was empty when we came through here before, but chock full of ghouls now.
Attention, assailant. Lower your weapons immediately.
Bodyguard robots didn't fare too well.
Tracking known mercenary.
Not sure who started it, but this traitor never stood a chance. Doesn't look like a robbery. Must have just gotten in his way.
Alert. Critical signs. Alert. Critical signs. Alert.
What have we here?
Critical signs. System corrupt. Critical signs. I can't feel my legs.
No, I don't imagine you can. Yeah, I've gone all this effort to upgrade the graphics and stuff, and I looked at the game briefly without the mods on, whilst I was just testing out problems, and I'm not actually convinced it's that much of an improvement.
Lost the scent, boy?
No.
Another one of his stogies.
You're testing the synth on? Yeah, of course it does pick it up. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Now that you mention it. The detour here, it's very rare that I actually take this road up. Which, if you're going to Natick, I think it's a good way to do that, because that's down here, isn't it? The edge of the glowing sea. That's Natick, isn't it? This is sort of the glowing sea here, isn't it? But there's also a whole load of good stuff actually just up the road that way. Yeah, I do agree, Andrew. I was hoping that it would just sort of modernise it a little bit. improve resolutions and textures and stuff like that. But to be honest, all it really does is add a fairly aggressive sharpening filter to everything. Some areas it's kind of...
Getting close. You can feel it. Look around.
I would say it does
What
look
do you
better,
think,
but a
boy?
lot of areas it's just
Was this our
sharper.
man?
Yeah. You either need to change the whole damn thing or leave it as is. Just changing one or two bits just makes those bits stick out, really. Which, to be fair, this setup I've got does change most things, but it's not really that much of an improvement. It's just sharper. Like somebody's just dragged the sharpening filter way too far over. Down there is where we'll be going on the way out, if I remember.
I don't think we're alone. Anyone you
Probably
want-
because we're not.
Sounds like Ellie needs to talk to us. We should head back to the office next chance we get.
Knew there was at least one more. Oh, hey again.
Is this the place? Is he in here, boy?
I knew dog meat would sniff our man out. Let's you and I take it from here. Give our four-legged friend a break.
Yeah.
Hey, boy. Come on, boy. It's time to go.
Now. All set. It's a decent amount of scrap actually around Fort Hagen if you want to loot the place for crafting materials and decorations and stuff.
You building a collection or something?
Goodies there. Always plenty of trouble over here to deal with. Children of Massam, huh?
I hope you were smarter than this. Last
Yeah, a little bit of resistance, are they?
something out.
Oh, that's not good. These guys can put out a fair bit of fucking accurate damage. Good shooting, Nicky.
For it now.
Nuka grenade. take all of those. More interested in the gamma guns for the fact that they're a lot of goodies out here. Good for you doing the scrapping glitch with efficiently. So, do I want to go around? Let's just head around this way, I think. Is the roof the only way in? I feel like it is the only way in. I also feel like there might be one other option that I don't quite remember. So always go the same way. There's the exit. It's oh so famous view that we hopefully will be seeing very soon. Parking garage. Yeah, I thought you could get in through there. Something like that was in the back of my head. I was going through the roof though and then worked my way from the top floor down. Just seemed like the way to do it. Actually, anything in the parking garage I want? Well, there's some stuff down there that's quite good, and now I'm thinking about it. This way? Yeah, there it is. Bunch of chems. Can I get in that way? Yeah, okay. I'm going to stick with the old classic and going through the roof and work my way down because, yeah, consistency. Starting halfway down is weird to me. Weird location, Fort Hagen. I suppose that's the military building and everything around is just here to support it, but... yeah, it always seemed a bit weird. The whole place was supposed to be just one large military base and those are supposed to be barracks, but... got a bit of an odd residential town vibe to it. Possibly just limited tools on the dev's part, but... hang on, like... yeah, there's a checkpoint right there, and there's a checkpoint at the other end, but otherwise it's a small military town, really, isn't it? Oh. Can get back in here, can't I? So I don't have to strip mine the places I go.
So much knowledge was lost when the bombs hit. Good to see someone trying to bring it back.
Movement detected. Curious. I was in error. No enemy detected.
That's it.
Please reveal yourself. Appears to be nothing. Perhaps my sensors need calibration.
How many times do you suppose I'm going to get brutally murdered? Hug me. Nick. God's sake, guys.
Is someone present?
I don't know about present, but I'm a fucking gift.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
Sensors, overactive sensors. Nothing more.
The sensitivity of my sensors clearly needs adjustment.
Activity.
Where's your buddy got to? Because I shot two of you in here. Over there, okay. You do blend in a bit. Sneaky, sneaky. Always got my ears pinned back in here. Even when I'm not playing on insanely murdery mode.
Got it.
Not any of those things. One of my favourite helmets in the game on that guy, I think. Seems to recall that's usually where I get it from. Chest piece. For a whole bunch of synth armor.
Yo.
Whatever you need.
When you have the nuka grenade, you might use it. Really looks terrible in that format, doesn't it? It's more like an arm piece than a chest piece. Ah, it's the not good helmet. Oh well. Do I want to keep that if it's the not good one? Probably not, actually. Bit.
Psst. Watch. The plan.
Nick's all cucumbered, is he? It's happened sooner than I was hoping it might. Yeah. Sneaky, sneaky. Followed shortly by shooty, shooty, I suspect.
Movement detected. Curious.
What's that?
Will not be pleased.
Oh, he's definitely hit. No dog meat, you stupid.
Present.
You're going to get yourself slaughtered, you silly bastard. In doubt, shoot it in the arse.
Won't be bothering anybody now.
I am equipped with the most advanced Institute sensors available. I will find you.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We should pick up less junk and come back for the stuff like that.
You are hiding because you fear death.
I can sort of strip mine the place later, couldn't I? Preview for defaults to sturdy one with big front plate, even standard one is just yeah, that does sound about right. I think that thought has crossed my mind before, that the preview and the actual look of the thing don't align.
If they didn't want it open, they should have bought a better lock, huh?
Oops.
Please come out.
They were wise to plea.
But I'm not gay. Pew pew. What's fame metal right arm? Still the rubbish one. The basic model synth armor that looks like that is a bit weird, really, when you think about it. It's basically somewhat useful from a standpoint of melee combat. In a scenario where synths in particular are expecting to keep their distance and shoot things, it's a very strange design. One of the toughest things to properly protect in melee combat, the neck, but that's about the only thing that does protect. Remember, the one around here has fucked me up any number of times.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
But not today, motherfucker.
Someone's coming.
Spoke too soon! Oh, of course.
Hostile sensor. It would appear your attempt at stealth has failed.
That's the last.
It would appear that my attempt at stealth has in fact failed, yes.
You cannot remain undetected for long. Please reveal yourself.
Around the corner and I'll reveal your face to my laser.
Overactive sensors. Nothing more.
Might be too low level for the close range shot? Possible, yeah. Level 30, I think. Speaking of, actually, I think I have got a level to do. There you go. Would have thought it'd drop by now. Gunslinger, anything else I want? 39, okay. I mean, yeah, there are other things that I want, but... I think I'm probably a high enough level there. As far as I know, drop rates haven't been altered, but yeah, I do recall that being the case. The closed face one actually looks quite cool, whereas obviously the open face one looks kind of pooey. Oh wait. You are being downgraded from canine companion to pack mule. Definitely a downgrade, let's be honest. Do for now. I don't think any more bad guys to worry about on this level. Even that guy didn't have the cool helmet. Oh well. I actually want to wear it anyway, but not on this run anyway, but it is much cooler. There's something very underwhelming about the standard synth helmet.
You want me to take a look at that terminal? You just say the word. Always had a way with machines. Spared no expense, did
Hey. Think you can unlock that terminal?
they? Sure thing.
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Well, well. Not a shabby set of protocols.
It is a military installation.
It's all yours.
That's it, Nicky. Normally fails miserably at that. Error. All clear. Use connected 1. I've already destroyed it, but let's just check anyway. Well,
got it.
If they didn't want it opened, they should have bought a better lock, huh?
surprisingly unbothered by my light-fingered antics. That's the way down. Somewhere down here. I think is the entrance to the parking garage.
Nice.
So I'm currently wondering whether or not I should find somewhere down here to stuff some stuff so that I can come back for it. Because the lower levels have a whole lot of stuff that I want to loot. I want to make sure I can, so. I mean, I could fast travel back to Sanctuary. That's probably the sensible play, but I'm here, aren't I? It's over there. Eyes wouldn't focus there. Pretty sure that doesn't. I won't reload anytime soon, anyway. It's just plastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey.
Nick, where are you? Here you are.
Hey.
On.
Heads up.
Yes.
As well have the junk off him as well.
Something you need?
Stuff everything in there and come back for it later. Hopefully. I don't think it'll reset before it becomes an issue, so... Oh, well, soon enough to be an issue, rather. Be able to get back before it does. Right. So you having your dog meat's in here nice and swift. Nick, not quite so much. Fortunately, he's a magical fellow and he will doubtless teleport in. Dog meat's magically in the way again.
Anomaly detected. Now I understand. You are hiding because you fear death. Gone.
Okay, always check this room and then there's... what's down here is always a little underwhelming. Head in, Nucky Heather. Dropping stuff on the floor. Yeah, dropping stuff on the floor, well, actually wouldn't be too bad in here, but outside, you don't want to keep doing it really, because you're just asking me, well, even inside really, you're just asking the game to remember more and more information about where you left stuff.
Yes.
Above and beyond the basic information on that point that it has to remember. So I try and avoid doing that too much if I can. But... yeah, stuff does hang around for an extended period of time. There we go, the synth field helmet. That's the cool one. Another field helmet, nice. How you doing, Farah? I think yesterday's episode, lots of important, interesting stuff, but not massively exciting in terms of what was going on. Enjoyed it though. That's my take.
Yeah, if it isn't my old friend, the frozen TV dinner. Last time we met, you were cozying up to the peas and apple cobbler.
Tries very hard to be cocky, Calico. I wonder just how much of him's actually like, actually, this guy made it this far, he could be a problem. Probably more than he lets on. Yeah, I get it from a lore point of view, from
Happily done.
Nate's standpoint. But Nora getting this far, given that she has the lawyer background as opposed to being the former soldier, is a bit more of an achievement, really, when you think about it. Or even an even greater one. Assume Nate was relatively badass because of his soldier background, and it's not that surprising, or it's not as surprising.
Sorry, your house has been a wreck for 200 years, but I don't need a roommate. Leave.
I don't think so. Kill them with piggy bombs. I haven't actually done that creation yet. Okay, so I've got damage output ramped up 5 times. So, for both enemies and myself. Meaning everybody can kill everybody very bloody quickly. So I have concerns, in short.
Come knocking on my door. Gave you 50-50 odds of making it to Diamond City. After that, figured the Commonwealth would chew you up like jerky.
What's that? They're here somewhere.
Please come out. You cannot escape the
Coast looks clear.
Oof. That one withstood some punishment. The fact he's going to be in here makes me wonder where he is at the point when you actually come through here.
Some folks never lose their fondness for living in the basement.
I assume he's probably downstairs where his living quarters are. Nick.
I'm lit.
Yeah, I don't imagine Nick has a hard time staying in the dark. So his vision is much better than mine. Yeah. Suddenly forgot how to actually move stuff across them.
Snake.
So for now. Yeah, there's nuance to his actions. I don't think he's thick. I think he's a very, very harsh person. Ooh.
Look, you're pissed off, I get it, I do. But whatever you hope to accomplish in here, it's not gonna go your way.
I hate to say it, but there's a half decent chance he's actually right on that. A lot of weird things in those footlockers. Hmm.
That's it.
An enemy may be utilizing stealth. How interesting.
They might. That enemy may have realised that you're good shots, and there's more of you than them. And therefore is sneaking the fuck through this place to take you out one at a time. So be a darn fool to try and do anything else. Kellogg drinks beer in the shower, apparently. I assume that's why there's a Gwyneth Stout in the shower.
I know you were still there.
Yeah, let's see about that.
I am equipped with the most advanced Institute sensors available. I will find you. I am no longer detecting an enemy presence.
Probably because it's not Christmas and I didn't bring you anything.
Movement detected. Curious.
Yeah, that'd be the falling bits and pieces of turret that I just blew up.
Please come out.
Why the ever-loving fuck would I want to do a thing like that, hey?
Oh, Kellogg shutting down.
Anything useful?
Well, actually profitable. Don't know about useful. Don't forget the bobblehead. That's further on, isn't it? I don't think I would have forgotten it, but I don't remember where it is.
Sweet.
Sure, I'll find it though. Oh, I think I do remember where some of it is. There's stuff in there, isn't there? Ooh, look at that loading in. Unusual. I mean, not in 76, but it's unusual in this game. Yeah, in the kitchen. There's also stuff down here, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I usually do come through here, so I doubt I'd have missed it. Going back out is the problem, because you usually ambush on the way back out, don't you?
There we go.
Energy weapons, definitely useful to me right now.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I don't think we're alone.
Got it stuck in a window, didn't he? I had in this room in my head for the bobblehead. It was one of the places for it. It's always forward.
That's it.
They always do come in here and clean out all this stuff. And get jumped on the way back out. Which went better this time than I was expecting. Sometimes I get absolutely screwed over in that particular fight. Where's the other one? There it is. Look, mate. I don't think there's going to be much of any interest here. Lady Killer, maybe? Even more, it's not really a priority for me. To make them easy to persuade in dialogue? Much easier, yeah. Maybe I will. I could also take... Oh, I can hack everything already. Cool. So, Lady Killer suddenly just climbed up the priority list. Although... Sneak attack's also appealing. I'm thinking about what's up ahead of me. I don't think sneak attacks are particularly helpful right now. I think I will go with Lady Killer. For those persuasive moments. I don't think I'm going to be sneaking up on Killer, but I'll admit. How you doing, Jen? You alright?
You got guts and determination. It's admirable. But you are in over your head in ways you can't possibly comprehend.
Is someone present?
Something out there.
We're using as board. Jesus. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh boy, it's up there.
Stop. Turn around and leave. You have that option. Not a lot of people can say that.
Interesting that it gets that door open, but this door's still locked. Multiple layers of security.
Got it.
Le fat man. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to carry the fat man, or if I even really want to. Because I already have a fat man. I don't use it, but yeah. Draw items stay in the cell after resets. Items in containers reset when container resets. Containers include bodies, which is why you find guns around after settlement sites. Yeah, that makes sense. But bodies do disappear as well, don't they? Do I want that really? Can't put it on either of my companions, and I know it's going to over-encumber me, so no, not really. Yeah. That tracks.
Sure don't make them like they used to.
Yes.
Batman one-shot and kill. That is a good point. It'll also one-shot me, though. That's the one concern I do have.
Nice.
Well done, dog meat. You frickin' dumbass. Didn't think he was going to shoot for a minute then. Lots of stim packs and it's easy affinity with Nick for stim pack him. Yeah, you're right. The snub nose was definitely the right call. To be fair, is the way I was leaning anyway, but... And you can get back down here, can't you? Drop it back on the ground. Then, yeah, the only issue, as I say, with dropping stuff on the ground really is the information, the data has to go somewhere, and how's that going to affect save files and game performance and stuff in the long term? Probably less of an issue on PC, but still. Yeah, it's beyond that door, isn't it? That's the next issue. Odd that this is the clean one, but it's the other room that looks like
You made it.
the one he's staying in. Oh, it is there, okay.
My sins are still...
Yeah, it doesn't cause so much issue if you come back, I suppose.
Let's talk.
There's my carry weight. Can get back down here, can't I? Yeah, I can. Can I? Think so. Am I gonna drop? Alright. I was thinking the other doors, but I think what I'll do is just dump that stuff for now and then I'll just crawl out. Because I always seem to remember I make sure I carry everything out with me that I can do. So I think I will probably approach it that way. And just climb out very, very slowly. And then stuff in the container outside. Then I can just make multiple trips later on tonight, can't I? Jets on 5. Okay.
And there he is. Most resilient man in the Commonwealth. Funny. I thought I had that honor. You came a long way. Let's hear it.
Where's my son? Murdering, kidnapping, psychopath. Give me my son. Yeah, I'm going with the last one, I think.
End of the line, Kellogg. You die, and I get my son back.
You can turn around right now. Go back the way you came. Xion. Now, besides being a bit older than you were expecting, I'm afraid he's not even here. So you see, it is the end of the line. But not the way you imagined.
I mean, there's stuff outside that's in the parking garage, which I think is probably going to be fine. I don't think it'll reset when the Brotherhood roll through, but if it does, then I've lost it already. But it'll be after that anyway. It'll be a case of drop it, go back, and then just come straight back for it, I think. So I don't think it'll have time to reset.
God damn it, you mercenary motherfucker. Where is my son?
What's the cliche? So close, but yet so far away? That's Xion. But don't worry. You'll die knowing he's safe and happy. A bit older than you expected, but ah well. At least he's in a loving home. The Institute.
The Institute? Well, I'll find him. No matter where he is. Nothing will stop
Yeah,
me.
but it's,
God, you're persistent.
time is like weeks from when you
credit. It's the way a
something
father
to that
should
effect.
act. The way I'd be acting if I was in your place, I like to think.
It is a gamble, but it's not much of one.
Even if it is useless. But
Worst case scenario, I've got multiple safes.
Long enough. We both know how this has to end. So, you ready?
You know, in 100 years, when I finally die, I only hope I go to hell, so I can kill you all over again, you piece of shit.
Hello?
See if I'm going to make it through this or not.
Bastard won't be hurting anyone else.
And I did.
Take a look around. Get all the intel this place can hide.
Fuck yeah. I thought he was going to fuck me up, but a quick, very fast jet and straight into VATS was enough to get me the time I needed. Whew. Only just, though. There was basically no health left because I got shot in the back a couple of times. Log's terminal password, cybernetic brain augmenter, which you need.
You were barely human.
Yeah, how they managed to keep him alive as long as they did, I don't know, when he's not really a synth. There's bits attacking his body to keep him going, I suppose, but I guess there's probably more than we actually see. Oh yeah, there's cybernetic limbs and stuff like that. His outfit is pretty cool. Keeping his pistol is always a weird one, though. He feels your action points on a critical hit. Not that great an effect, really. It is, after all, the gun that killed your wife. Or husband, depending which way you're going. I don't think I'd want to keep that. You think? Tell me lost stuff where you dropped guns on the floor and Cabot house came back. Nothing was left. Yeah, it does sound like the Cabots may have had it. I mean, it's the sort of shit they pull, let's be honest. It's in character from what I recall. Yeah, I always end up staggering out of here horrifically over-encumbered. Has me convinced my reason for doing it, because I can't really remember, is probably that I can't come back. All those doors open? No, but I can open them in a minute, can't I? So let's go back down here and grab that stuff. Take some buff out, but I don't think it'll raise my strength enough to be worth it. Just made a small decision, so... Just because this is a slightly longer... Well, it's actually not as far as I remember it being that corridor, but... Saved a little bit of time, anyway. Well, no, it didn't. It just saved a little bit of the agony of walking very slowly. Did I fill my companions up again? I did, yeah. They are entirely stuffed full. It does amuse me the way it all drops in a big circle around you, though. Everything looks to be. On we go, one step at a time, very, very slowly. Doesn't walk like somebody who's horrifically over-encumbered, does he? Just like somebody who can't be asked to move much quicker. I think there's a great deal of other goodies in here other than that. Mid around here, but did I check that thing? Probably. No, I didn't. Suppose any of that's any better than my current stuff. Technically that is. Actually looks quite cool. There's a combat armor one that actually is better. Reinforced and muffled. Not sturdy. Is it sturdy? It's... Don't know. Yeah, it must be the sturdy version. I remember I need to do something with that in a minute. How we doing? Not too bad. View access logs. Local logging Kellogg notes the boy Xion successfully delivered back to the Institute, payment received. That actually referring to the synth, I'm sure, but new orders, tracked down Renegade, gathered reinforcements, cleared out and secured Fort Hagen, move out soon. So the Renegade, if I remember rightly, will be the one who is to be found in the glowing sea, and he plans to launch his search from here. Well, Stan was visually the Pip-Boy hides part of them. That is true. Oh, on the synth one, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, so long as you're carrying it.
Yeah, about that, Nicky. Huh. Look, the door does open after all that. Do I feel dumb? Time of day is it? And is it better to do this? It's 4 AM. Is it going to be better to see the Brotherhood come in the day or the night? It's pretty epic either way. I've got a couple of ideas. Nick, you're in my way. Move. Move, Nicky. Right. So, I really want... Brotherhood... I think we're facing south when we come out, aren't we? So the Brotherhood will be slightly to the south. I probably do want an early morning look at it to get the best view. So it's 5 AM now. Yeah, that should be probably about right.
So,
I'm going to do this twice because I want a daytime look and a nighttime look if I can. I wonder how this section might differ if you've got Paladin Dance with you and the Brotherhood show up. Bet he has something to say. Hope he has something to say.
Road access.
Discuss your findings with Piper and Nick. Actually, I didn't discuss my findings with Nick.
time to hit the road?
You interested in traveling together?
Sure, could be fun.
Let's head out.
Well, all right.
Enthusiasm as ever.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make
Missed the best cousin. Oh dear.
I don't know, Nick. My family's in tatters. I've been dropped into this place where everything's trying to kill me. You tell me.
Well, I'd expect you to feel lost, scared, and mad as hell. I sure did. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of
That'll
about
do it.
15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd known for an evening.
Sounds
Turns out
about
the guy
right.
was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
Well, I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than
Classic
they are
one, this
today.
one.
I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
You're not a spy, right? Testing, testing, hello, Institute, can you hear me?
Hell if I know. If I am, the Institute's plan to gather intel on all the runaways of the Commonwealth has been going off without a hitch.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make
He's a
it.
legend.
I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal.
Good story, that
It took
one.
a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
It's a good story. Now then. Quite the plan. That's better. Freaked out a bit there. Ready?
People of the Commonwealth, do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
One of the better moments in video gaming history, and it's really quite simple. When you don't know it's coming, it's definitely a pretty humongous holy shit moment.
Deep into that darkness, peering. Long I stood there, wondering, fearing.
Yeah, being awkward. Definitely terrible people, the Brotherhood, but well, at least this version of them are, and many other versions. But that's the one I think it is. Still a damn cool cutscene.
So, Kellogg wasn't giving us any bull. Your son really is on the inside. Even I don't know where the Institute is. And they built me.
Mr. Melhands doesn't know how to get back to the factory. Well, it's only got one Melhand, technically. Well,
there has to be a way, Nick.
We're in the weeds here. Time to take a step back. Bring in some fresh eyes. Only person I know willing to snoop up the Institute's tail feathers is Piper, the reporter in Diamond City. I say we head her way. Talk this through.
well, actually, she's up in Sanctuary at the moment, don't you?
Trust me, that dame knows
And
a lot
McCready.
more than she lets on.
Oh, shame.
She lets on a lot. If I know her, she's done her homework. And
I don't think I've ever actually spent any time with McCready. Legend of a voice actor, but
Diamond City it is.
Hey, chin up. I know the night.
yeah, I don't think I've ever spent any time really with McCready.
Won't last forever.
I kind of forget he exists half the time.
Nick,
Time to hit the road?
you interested in traveling?
Sure.
Let's head out.
Well, hey,
Maybe in a bit, Nick. Yeah, I only think it's one of the strongest faction introductions I've ever seen, for sure. Yeah, it's the same one from Fallout 3, yeah. Little Lamplight is where he hangs out in Fallout 3 before he gets kicked out. Or ages out, what the point? No mean feat to make it all the way up to the Commonwealth, though. From Capital Wasteland on foot. I assume he tells you a bit more about the journey in his story there. Or at least some of it, anyway. If you go down the rabbit hole of actually hanging out with him. It's a very, very long lift ride that I'm convinced is just hiding the loading screen for bringing the Brotherhood in. Unless it has actually freaked out on me. There we go.
Roof access.
Looks good when it doesn't get on your nerves. He's kind of too much of an asshole from what I remember. Which isn't much, granted, but... No. Let's get the right freaking set of controls. Does look even more incredible at night, I think.
Of the Commonwealth. Do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful.
No, they are not.
We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, 20% advanced accuracy for headshots not to be sniffed at. No, it's a pretty good stat overall.
Deep into that darkness, peering. Long I stood there, wondering, fearing.
Upper's perk's worth getting on. Gifted Gab, isn't it? From what I recall. I've got it, but I can't remember what it is. Right. Come on. Yeah, it does rather, doesn't it? It's about as credible anyway. To be fair, no. What is Piper's perk? Yeah. At you. Double XP for speech challenges and discovering new locations. Yeah, definitely worth getting early. I mean, fairly worth. You can race as a Predator into the airport on foot and watch it arrive. Yeah, you can. I think I've done that at some point. If you're not over encumbered, it's doable anyway. And I usually am. I don't know if it was daytime or nighttime the first time I saw that. Been a long time ago now, obviously. 10 years. More than. Notwithstanding their general arsolary, the Brotherhood are a very, very cool designed faction in this game. Being on the Pridwin as their base and the way they sort of function and exploring that location and their arrival, and yeah, I think it's really quite well done. I want that one, don't I? Cool. Right, we'll have to come back here and do a couple of bits in a minute. Let's get rid of some stuff. Notifications coming up the wazoo right now. Not sure if sensationalism or just Somebody being an asshole, that one.
Hey.
Could be either.
I'll see what I can do.
Dog meat?
Hey.
Anything I can lug?
Alright. Anything I want to put in there then? Got a load of stim packs there. Thought that was a quest item, yeah. That was not right, was it? Shouldn't be in there, come on. Get myself tidy up, haven't I? Sell, there, sell, probably, let's go in there. I don't really want that in there either, but to be honest, I'll put all of the ammo in there for now and I'll deal with it in a bit.
For you?
Came out with more fusion cells than started off with.
Hey.
What's the plan?
Point. Come here, Nicky boy.
Hey, Valentine.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah, I'll skip through that
sure.
quickly.
Ask away.
Since we've just done it.
With every, it's a whole hell.
I don't know, Nick.
Well, I'd expect you to feel. Took me a long. Thank goodness of course, when I took the massacre, plenty of people, but at the time.
Broken mask?
This was long. Guess he didn't like when security seems he malfunctioned. It was the first time, considering what
Massacre of
the Commonwealth, every settlement, only the Commonwealth. I took up in.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rest gal of about the young Miss Roberts. Turns out the guy was. I took her home, taking up in the.
Right. Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off, but I guess folks, wife runs off, an upset father. After a while, hell, I was so happy. I never stopped. It was about then that it took me a long. That's a long story.
Right.
Heads up.
I'm listening.
Heads
I
up.
could probably miss some stuff there. What else has he got? Here he has got some other stuff.
Look alive.
Wait. Give me the stuff that I shoved in your non-existent pockets. Right. Now then. Got this done once, I'll be able to do it a second time. I don't think I need that actually on reflection. I do want that. I'll grab it back in a second. I want... Gonna have a full set and then I can muck around with that later, can't I? Cool. Alright, so let's go in there. Let's go in there, let's go in there, let's go in there. If I remember rightly, I don't have the... Yeah. I used to have a mod back on PlayStation that allowed me to change weapons, armor rather, from like light to sturdy to heavy. But I don't think I have it anymore. In fact, I'm 99% sure that I don't. So, I don't really know why I'm hanging on to some of that stuff. He says changing his mind as he's thinking about it. I'm not going to go and get it again, so... I'll keep the field helmet. I'm not going to hang on to the rest of it, though. It's not worth it. Don't need a second tuxedo. Actually, I just thought I might chuck that in there. Just because I might use it as a decoration object at a later date. Fusion core. Cool. Right, I should be not too horrifically cucumbered, although I am a little more cucumber than I want to be, but I'll make some adjustments. Uh-huh. Let's get it going there. Selling, selling, selling. Cool. Better and better. Yeah, must be. Must be sturdy. Means I can go in there. Cool. And for my final trick, the mod's in there. Cool. Right. Let's go and grab the stuff I left behind. We're going to go and grab a couple of bits. Strong bag. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't mind the fact you can't fast travel when you're over encumbered. It feels like that makes some kind of sense to me. It's a design choice. I get it. I get why it frustrates people as well, but I'm kind of okay with that. So I'm not in a rush for that. And strong back, it's a good perk, but it's not a big priority for me. I think I may have screwed up slightly. It's not the end of the world if I did.
Anyone you walk away from.
Not here.
Just when I thought we were getting along.
Oh, lots of goodies. Ever so slightly disappointing, but also I don't have the... we're coming back for that later. because I don't have a fusion core right now. Can't get in there. Oh well. I do want to, I want to get a second set of T60 because I want a set for display and a set for use. Not that I expect to use the set for use very often, but probably will go to the, well, we'll go to the glowing sea eventually. Power armor is a good pickup for that, although there are other choices I could make. Maybe an armored hazmat suit. I passed where I wanted to be, didn't I? I want to be over here. So I'm kind of on the fence actually about just how much I want 2 suits at the minute. Yeah, I'll get a second suit, and it doesn't really matter if in the end I don't use it, does it? Yep. Take cool. Crack! There go my legs.
Look alive.
Dogmeat can't carry anymore. Dogmeat can carry a remarkable amount to begin with. I admit, I'm kind of impressed. Nicholas! Oh, Nicholas! Therefore art thou. There you are, my synthetic friend.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I can now move again. Excavation Club, you can now make art pieces, use plastic fibre, and make wacky guns, and have a jump bag ring. Yeah, I can see why you want to do that. I don't like actually moving that far away from the way the game was designed, to be honest, for me, but to each their own. Lucky weapons sound familiar. I wonder why.
Looking forward to that chair. You're so kind, helping me like this.
So many thoughts. Yeah.
Hey.
Do something for you? Whatever you need.
I picked up the Drifter outfits, really, to be honest. I mean, because they're cool is the answer, but...
You got a
there's
thing
no
for antiques, huh?
pragmatic reason for doing it. Right, let's go in there. Stuff to ditch over there. Cool. Who's going there? Definitely does not go in there. I've got a helmet and a torso in here. Don't need the torso, I don't think, but I could say that for now. That's about the only thing I picked up that was in there, isn't it? Cool. How's my carry weight look? I've got a couple of things still to get rid of. Otherwise, I think I'm mostly good. Yep, I think we're good. Cool, so that was productive. Major instrument pro 3, nice. It is a good gun, that one. Yeah, you should be safer off Recreation Club stuff than anything else. Oh, good you're enjoying it, Heather. Made to deliver the as radiation and explosive damage. Nice. Okay, so we can go and see Piper, who may or may not be here. Actually, no. Quest marker's saying she's in Diamond City, which is possible. See her around here, so there's that. How are we doing for time? We're about there, aren't we? So that might not be a terrible idea. I might do that and then I can send Piper back here, and that'll be a good place to pin it for tonight before we start thinking about beginning Act 2. Although there is one other. If you run down from Fort Hagen as well, at Western Water Treatment, you see the Brotherhood taking out super mutants as well. They drop out of a vertibird, or a vertibird drops from them as they come in this way. Drops from the Pridwin, and they fight the super mutants if there are any, but I've got it cleared, so there probably won't be. And they'll be all the way over here at the airport now, won't they? But we're going to go and meet Piper, chat to her briefly, and then we'll see what we're going to do after that, I guess. Suddenly, I'm kind of open up again. I'm also potentially rethinking where I might set up my player home, because I was originally struggling a bit with that and kind of maybe thinking Taffington, but I'm now thinking maybe if I'm going to side with the Minutemen, I should just make the castle my home. That'd probably be a good idea.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
Yeah, they don't exactly make it particularly clear on that point, do they, Andrew? Yeah, I can imagine the Creation Club's even more stringent on their QC requirements and stuff. I'm gonna go. one,
We
I
need
think.
help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my son. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Xion.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get
Also
in.
the why.
Exactly.
But anyway.
But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Xion.
Kellogg. Huh.
A man like that would have had access. Doesn't matter, he's dead. Yeah.
Man like that would have had access. In and out.
But we both know that angle isn't going to work.
We can talk to him. Feel like holding a seance?
Yeah, if only.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
Yeah, pre-approval on picture, fair enough. Yeah, that bit being that bit more internal or to the devs, I'm not surprised that Sony are a bit more open to the idea. It's, from their perspective, it's no different to small paid DLC, really. I wouldn't think. Yeah. When I was playing on PlayStation, I very much did appreciate, well, USO as a prime example, but all of the efforts a lot of people went to make stuff work on inside of the restrictions that Sony slapped on there. But, yeah, even now, I try, though I have playing on PC and stuff, I do try and make sure that at least the mods that I'm using for building in particular are available on PlayStation, or something that does the same thing is in some cases, like with scrapping mods, different mod dev, different name, but does the same job. But yeah, I generally do try and keep it open to everybody. So, so now he wasn't going to talk, even if I had a way of bringing him alive. Doesn't matter what I knew, I'd kill him again in a heartbeat. I was so blinded by anger, I just wanted to now look what I've done. Well, not really that. He was trying to kill me, but basically forced it into a situation where only one of us was leaving the room alive. So, yeah.
He wasn't going to talk, even if I had a way of bringing him alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need
The largest chunk of the user base. Wouldn't surprise me.
Crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't take the same thing from the seance direction, because that's kind of what we're doing here as well. Technological seance.
Who's this Dr. Amari?
I'll let her give you her life.
He's the smallest. That does surprise me a bit, like these days.
I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's
Modding community and all.
enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
What exactly do we need, Nick?
Kellogg's brain. It's a long shot, but Dr. Amari just might be able to get it jump-started. See what the old Merc knew.
You need a really sharp ice cream scoop. No, actually you wouldn't.
I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Brain's not actually that solid.
We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Omari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
Loudest modding community, but only about 20% of the actual player base. I don't know whether that surprises me or not. I assume it's not the same for Skyrim. I guess Skyrim's the other way around, because of the modding scene for Skyrim, which is, you know, what it is. It's kind of a behemoth. I would imagine it's probably the biggest group are on PC, but I can kind of see to some degree why console players might be still into Fallout 4 a bit more than PC players to a degree. But at the same time, yeah. It doesn't surprise me that much, but it does feel a little counterintuitive, I guess.
Anything else you can tell me about the memory den?
It's in Good Neighbor, a little slice of trouble northeast a ways. The memory den ain't just a fancy name, it's literal. A lot of people give up all their caps just to relive the good parts of their lives. Over and over. But not us. We're gonna try to dive deep into someone else's mind. I can meet you there, or we can head out together.
Disingenuous, the paid mods are evil crowd tend to be that I'd rather donate to authors on Nexus and Patreon and then don't donate at all. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mind you, probably would rather do it that way, but not as much as they'd rather not do it at all. But yeah, the whole paid mods is evil thing. If they were forcing free modders out, I would have a problem with it, but they're not, so... And as a decentish number of people have used that particular route as a way into building a career for themselves. I find it hard to be too annoyed about that idea, really. Also, if you don't want to, like with all this other stuff, it's an optional extra. You don't want to buy it, don't fucking buy it. Like everything else. Same with microtransactions in most games. As long as it's not pay to win, if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's, yeah, there's a lot of short-sighted responses to stuff like that. There's 76 where it does have a shitload of microtransactions, obviously, and Fallout First, but all optional, and, you know, just how long is somebody's one-off purchase of the game supposed to keep it afloat for? Because, let's see... If you spend, let's say you paid full price and got the game for 60 quid, that's probably not going to pay one developer for 2 hours work. So, just like what you're expecting, really.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back.
Maybe 3 hours work at a pinch, but still.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me.
Hey, Piper.
You know, the Institute has a lot of enemies. The Minutemen tangled with them once. The Railroad still does. I've even got some notes on these new guys. The Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, it's rather entitled perspective from a lot of people. Not from everybody, of course, but still. Yeah, it is still paying for the mod. It's the optional bit that I think people want. They want the option to opt out of it, but, you know, mod devs don't get the option to opt out of putting the work in, do they? So.
Tell me about the Minutemen.
You know that group you rescued and conquered? As far as I know, they're the last Minutemen left in the Commonwealth. They used to be a volunteer army dedicated to protecting
Have a good night, Heather.
Family and neighbors. Sounds soft, but they were a real thing at one point.
That Brotherhood airship is hard to miss.
The Brotherhood of Steel doesn't do subtle. From what I've heard, they take whatever they want, especially if it's high-tech. They just might have the muscle to give the Institute a run for their money, but they're... let's just say they have their own agenda.
Yep, that they do.
You said something about the railroad.
Supposedly, they help runaway synths escape the Institute, but they're secretive. Ultra paranoid. The only thing I have is a rumor. A code phrase. Follow the Freedom Trail.
I should get going.
All right.
Piper.
Heading my way?
Sure.
Technically no, but
Will do.
Traveling with Piper is not for the faint of heart.
gotta wonder what those two's history is.
Nick, you always know just what to say.
Hey.
Shoot.
Nick.
Nick.
Time to hit the road?
Sure is, Jack.
Let's head out.
Well, all right.
So, any stories you two come across out there? I get the exclusive, right?
Piper, I wouldn't know who else to tell.
Send it back to Sanctuary. For now.
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer.
Yes, it does rather. Pushing to get as much money as they can out of it. Mind you, they got bought out recently, didn't they? I recall.
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared. Ought to be Diamond City's motto.
Right. Next time, got lots of stuff we could do. Shadow of Steel, Far From Home. And you could call a family radio. No. That's on the to-do list. Jack Cabot, I'm looking forward to that one. Thomas Next Rule. Freedom Trail. I think I do want to hit Road to Freedom, to be honest. Oh, not sure what's going on there. A whole bunch of stuff to do. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be the play. Diving in, because I want to start moving towards getting ballistic weave anyway, so it's back to Sanctuary. Why have I got 7 people there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think Preston still counts even though he's not here. 5. And then, which would mean 6 would then be... Ooh, there's Minutemen. I guess they are. Yep, they are. A little confused now. Yeah, 7 people. Piper might be one of them, I guess, because I sent her here. The Longs, Sturgis, Mama Murphy, Preston, Sheffield, and Piper would take me to 7, because it's definitely not Codsworth, so that's probably it. Preston probably does still count as being here. Although I feel like I was on 5 before. Yeah, because Piper wasn't counting and Sheffield wasn't here, so yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Cool. Dog meat, dude. Come on, buddy. Play fetch with the car tyres, mate. So, tomorrow, we'll follow the Freedom Trail. What's happening before the sale? Yeah, Doesn't surprise me either. Captain, thank you for the sub. Welcome, welcome. I did save it, didn't I? Well, for one, what button do I want? I want that one. I'll run around later and see if I can't shove a bunch of stuff into, well, sell a bunch of stuff and a bunch of extra caps. I think there's a, I think it's just backward and forward that I need to go on there. I think. Anyway, nice bit of progress. I was worried we wouldn't get through all of that tonight, as the late start, and I always remember that section being longer than it is. Ugh. But to be fair, I didn't get killed as many times as I thought I might, so yeah. Could have gone worse. But yeah, had fun with that. Virtual housework, yeah. I can get rid of all that stuff, get it sold off, and then my plan tomorrow, for most of tomorrow, will be to finish this darn build, which I did want to try and get the video done on tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Be right. It's just plugging away at it, really. You pick something to stick on the other screen and just chill out, get on it, cracking on with it. Busy working, eh? Never ends, does it? Yeah. Railroad tomorrow. We'll start moving towards Ballistic Weave. I'm going to side with the Minutemen, so castle might happen soon. Might mean doing the castle as a as my second settlement. Doing it that early, unusual, but nothing wrong with that. I think what I'm going to do. I don't think in the past I have used like foundations to try and repair the walls, and I can get mods to do it as well, but I don't want to do that. But I might do a more post-war repaired it using what they had available style thing, so it does look like it's patched up with wood and stuff like that. I'll have to think about how I'm going to do that. I've got a couple of ideas maybe. One thing I'm wondering about is giving a bit of depth to the walls, but I think I might know how I'll do it. So at the end of the sun, it wasn't some bastards with the torch bringing more work. Yeah, that's usually the way. Tall drunk defences. Yeah, tall drunk defences might not be a bad way to go. Yeah. It's a possibility. I might want to use more small pieces than that, though. Although I might be able to mix and match and use them to, some of them as additional supports and struts. That might not be a bad way of doing it. And put a bunch of other stuff in front of it, and then just kind of sort of do the reverse junks vents thing, but use them as support for the other bits. Nah, definitely don't want to go down the prefabs route. Want it to look like it's nailed together out of spit and sawdust kind of vibe. I'll think about it. Plenty of time. I'm going to finish Sanctuary before I do any of that anyway, and I've got lots to do on that front. Anyway, that's all for another day, innit? So, yeah, more Fallout 4 tomorrow. And video-wise, the build will be the next one, I think. Other than that, there were a couple went up early in the week if you haven't checked them out. So, yeah, have a gander. Let's keep an eye out. I don't think I've seen anything from Bethesda yet on whether or not they've managed to fix their stuff that they broke recently. And excuse me, 76, so I'm guessing they haven't. I haven't got any major notifications popping up from Discord or anything, so I'm assuming there's nothing on that front either. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen tomorrow, maybe it'll be next week. We'll see. Concrete foundations, yeah. Concrete foundations are done before, but I don't know. You can always tell that it's improvised. It's kind of a pain in the arse to do, and yeah, where are they going to make that much concrete and produce that much concrete from? Because it's not that easy to do. But yeah, I kind of want something that's a bit more improvised. I'm kind of feeling. Maybe concreting it up like 10 years on down the line or something by the time of the show is something they might have done. But the short term, I think a more temporary type reinforcement would be the way to go. Where else foundations get you a cinder block look? Yeah, I think I'll probably go with something else. I don't think I really want to go with cinder blocks and stuff. It's like, I think I'm going to go with basic, more like palisades than castle walls. We'll see. I didn't suggest it is a remastered better graphics. No, it's not. In short, it's basically a bundle including base game or DLC and a whole bunch of Creation Club add-ons. So, yeah, amounts to micro DLC, I suppose. Very, very small add-ons that are all included in a large bundle. Most of which are skins and additional settlement building stuff and things like that. So, definitely not a full new version of the game. The next remasters we're going to get will be almost certainly Fallout 3, which probably, if I were a gambling man, will align with the launch of Season 3 of the show. So probably not until at least this time next year. And then New Vegas probably won't happen for a few years after that. I'd guess it'll come out after TES 6. Somewhere between TES 6 and Fallout 5. So, you know, bridge that gap. That would be my guess. Changing? Not really. Bethesda's got a hell of a lot of plates spinning all at once. Adding additional stuff together into a bundle is relatively easy to do. Doing a full remaster would either require yanking the whole studio off making a new game or handing it off to a third-party studio, which is what they've done with Oblivion, Fallout 3 and New Vegas. So there's only so many things they can do at once. They've just come straight off Starfield. They've now got Elder Scrolls 6 on the go, 76 is running. They've got mobile games going, consultations in other areas. So, yeah. Did I see the Fable stuff today? I haven't yet, no. I'm going to watch probably I'll skim through most of it, I suspect, but I'm going to watch at least the Fable part of the Developer Direct this evening. Because they haven't done the Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft aren't going to be around for very much longer, are they? They are desperately selling off assets and getting rid of staff. And as is always the way, this never saves a company. It just buys them a few extra months before they die. So yeah, Ubisoft won't be around very much longer. I would practically bet my back teeth on it. But yes, they haven't done that at least. So, as I say, it'll... I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a Fallout 4 remaster eventually. The only thing about that, though, is Fallout 4's modding community is huge. And yeah, there is a modding community around 3 and New Vegas, but it's nowhere near as prevalent. And the level of impact on the game is not as significant as it is for Fallout 4. And also, or a remaster would be way more significant than most of what or a remake rather, remaster-ish, somewhere in there, which is the way they'll go. Will probably have a way bigger impact. Plus, the mods aren't on consoles for those games either, so again, a much smaller modding community for that reason. But that might affect the way they do things with Fallout 4, possibly. Cleared out most of your concerns with the game. You're looking forward to it? Yeah, I'll find out, I guess. I'll have a look at it in a bit. And like I say, I've never played a Fable game before, so because obviously it was all Xbox stuff in the past, and I don't think any of them are on PC, are they? I don't think so. Now curious. Let's have a look. Oh. Yeah, they are actually. I am surprised. There's Fable Anniversary, Fable The Lost Chapters, and just Fable, which I guess is probably that'll be the new one. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, well, in the past it was all out of my wheelhouse to play, so jumping in with a reboot's not a bad way to do it. Rather a Fallout 3 or New Vegas remaster. Well, like I say, both of those are definitely happening. Fallout 3 first, almost certainly. Quite logically, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Fallout 2, Fable 2 was amazing. I have heard good things, but yeah, sure, I don't know if that's even on Steam. I didn't see it there, but like I say, I think a reboot's probably a better place to jump in, especially given the age of the other ones. You've been outtoed by price rises. Yeah. Yeah, I think things are going to slow down quite dramatically over the next little while for sure. But yeah, I don't see them doing Fallout 4 remaster anytime soon. Like I say, I think you're right on the smaller scale increase with the hardware front of things. Although, to be fair, even just bringing it up to the likely standard that Elder Scrolls 6 will be at would still be a big jump. But it would basically torpedo the existing modding community, and it's just too many people, and the response would not be good, I don't think. OpenAI just looked up what St. Lord's Drums play. Yeah, it is a bit of a shit show at the moment. All to go and basically engage in criminal behaviour, for which nobody's got the bollocks to take them up to task, which is, well, actually it's a civil crime, but anyway, same shit, different smell. Still scummy behaviour that's screwing the rest of us over. Oh well, I'm not going into that. I'm going to just end up annoying myself. Anyway, more Fallout tomorrow. Should be good. So, thank you for hanging out. You know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Likes and subs and all that good stuff I do appreciate. And yeah, check out the Witcher stuff as well if you haven't. You want something extra to watch outside of the Fallout space. AMD's next graphics cards remastered one. Yeah, Nvidia are looking at maybe re-releasing some of their older stuff as well, which is probably not going to work very well unless they can find a way to increase the VRAM on it, because there'd be no bloody point. Playing Mass Effect, very nice. I've been toying with the idea of playing Mass Effect 1 again. It's my favourite of the games, but probably not anytime soon. Anyway, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out. As I say, do all the things if you haven't. I do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be back around about 8 o'clock tomorrow for some railroad stuff, I think. Start moving towards getting Ballistic Weave. And there's some big old side quests I'm looking forward to diving into as well. But I think Ballistic Weave is a priority. Anyway, until then, have yourselves a good evening. Look after yourselves, stay safe. See you next time. Night, folks. See you next time.